What are we gonna do today? I was thinking we can watch some videos to react to. I'm on my new arc. I'm watching videos to react to.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into another episode of Ranking. Before we get into our show, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Grammar.
I ain't letting you shout out your sponsor, and I'm not gonna get paid for it. I'm just gonna consume your content for free. It's a one-way street, buddy.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about me. I have a really high IQ. And one of the benefits of having a really high IQ is being able to tell if someone else has a high IQ. So this should be no problem for me.
Never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
This is kind of a
Should we just
banger.
like go down and do
Intros.
This is so awkward. Like, how do you do it? Because there's no one leading it, right? Because imagine yourself in this scenario. You just throw into this room with 5 other strangers, and they're like, okay, well, sort yourself into who you think's the smartest and the dumbest now. It's so awkward. This part, I wouldn't say is testing your IQ. It would be more like who's comfortable saying like uncomfortable thing. Because are you going to be like, hey, you look kind of stupid. To the back you go. No one's going to say that, right? So this is just as much social dynamic.
Yeah, I'm Sade. I'm 24. I work in finance. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to Yale.
Okay, Yale. Bachelor's degree though. Bachelor's degree, anyone can get a bachelor's degree. Like that's the easiest degree. She's in finance. I don't think smart people go into finance though. Apologies for anyone who's into finance. I mean, I've met a lot of people in finance. They were probably my least favorite kind of people at college.
I'm Tyler. I'm 21. I'm a high school graduate, and I work in the Marine Corps.
I'm Kaylee. I'm 25. I'm a software developer. I went to Ohio University, and I have a bachelor's degree.
You gotta watch out for that guy. No one just signs up to be in an IQ video if they have a low IQ, right? People who sign up for IQ videos either have a really high IQ or they think they have a really high IQ. And people who normally think they have a really high IQ are people with slightly above average IQ. I think the thing about people with lower IQ is that they don't really think they like overly smart. Look, 100 IQ is the average. Half of you is below that, half of you is above that. There's nothing wrong with having less than 100 IQ. Like when people hear, oh, you have 90 IQ, you must be stupid. But it's like, no, literally half the world will have less than half. Look to your left, look to your right. You have people around you, you might be dumber than half of them, and smarter than half of them.
Maria, I'm 30 years old. I have my PhD in cancer biology and I work in a biotech industry.
How are they gonna rank this? Is it just gonna be purely IQ?
Grad school, I went to University of South Carolina, and undergrad, I went to University of Florida.
I feel like IQ is such a bad way to rank people's intelligence, though. Well, like when they talk about their successes, like, oh, I'm in finance, oh, I do cancer research. A lot of that has pretty little to do with like IQ, you know?
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I'm 27. I'm the director of social media for a company, and I also work for a digital ad agency.
Social media manager, this guy must be the dumbest one.
I got a double major in dance
If he wasn't the dumbest one when he started his job, he's definitely the dumbest one by the time he's finished with his job, reading all that social media.
and cultural anthropology. Undergrad, I went to Loyola Marymount University.
Hi everybody, I'm Ray. I'm 24. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Harvard recently.
Asian? Harvard? Smartest one. Okay, they say never judge a book by its cover, but that's a rule followed by low IQ people.
I work in consulting.
Oh, y'all, they're babies.
And you work at
I know, that's what I was saying, is Asian actor?
Yeah, it gives you like years of experience.
Yeah,
in
like
life.
We need maybe it's good to identify what intelligence means to everybody.
I think intelligence is better defined as your adaptability and your problem-solving skills more than it is your education. Obviously, like the education, the stuff you've been through puts a lot into play in it because it gives you more resources, more thoughts to draw from. The formal education definitely helps, but I don't think it's in any way essential.
Of course, you would say that. You're the only one with a high school diploma. How convenient that you don't think education is the most important thing. But he does have a really nice way of talking, though. Like, he seems very disciplined because he's from the Marine, and I like that about him.
So what is the most essential?
So the most essential thing was probably common sense.
Yeah, so for me personally, I think intelligence is both EQ, IQ, and that common sense, street smart intelligence, all of that combined.
People consciously or unconsciously, when they see someone, form an opinion immediately. Like I'm sure we all did right away.
When I saw you, I told myself, Maria, do not judge him just by his look.
I don't know how smart she is, but I don't like her. I also hate it when someone goes, for me personally, even though like for me personally, I do it sometimes, but I hate it when other people do it. And it's something I'm gonna try to stop. Also, like how I say the word like a lot, like, you know I say the word like a lot when I feel like I have to make small talk or like, or when I have to fill the silence with words and I'm just rambling, I would use the word like a lot. I have a lot of pet peeves when it comes to the English language. And the phrase, for me personally, I don't love it, even though I do it myself.
He could be throwing you off, or that's just who he is, but he can talk the talk and walk the walk. Sean, I didn't want to judge him based on the way he looks or dresses or acts, so I was like, I think he's intelligent.
This is first impression. Judge. This guy has a high school diploma from the Army, okay? First impression, he's at last, all right? What do you want me to say? This is first impression.
Impressions, I would put him at the bottom only because when I was in school, all the other people with like the bright neon colors and stuff, they were typically the ones doing worse in classes. If we were ranking confidence, I'd definitely put Sean at very first place.
I like this guy though. I like the way he talks. Like, so straightforward, so to the point, so articulate.
So what is the definition that we're going with is the biggest question.
I like your definition.
I know, I was gonna say, I like my definition. It combines everything.
Does anyone have any like initial?
You can be honest.
Start on that side. I'm done going first.
I feel like I have a good combination of both, like book smart and street smart. So yeah, I think I have some input on that. There's so many aspects to intelligence. It really goes beyond IQ and EQ. Even those two different factors really don't really capture what it really means to be intelligent.
I know I'm not, from Yale, I don't have a PhD, but what I lack in those areas, I'm able to still problem solve and use my own skill set, my emotional intelligence as well as my social intelligence.
Besides my education and background, I feel like I have high like emotional intelligence, like I'm aware.
You're aware? You're aware? If you're aware, you don't say things like that, bro. Even if it's true, people with enough awareness will like pretend to be humble, to trick people into thinking they're humble.
Of my surroundings.
As a software developer, my problem solving skills are obviously top notch, I think I would say. My whole life I've kind of had to fight to be seen as intelligent. I think I'm so used to having to do that as a woman, to just like step up and be like, I deserve to be here. My first job out of college, I was working at a law firm. A gentleman came up to me and said, hi, you don't look like somebody that would work at a law firm. You look like somebody I'd go on spring break with.
Riz. Doubly Riz. A little sexist though, I'm gonna say it. Actually, a lot sexist.
And I'm like, what? I'm like,
Obviously, out of everyone here, I've got the least formal education. I consider myself intelligent. My mental dedication and my ability to adapt and to problem solve. What I do in the Marine Corps, I'm a Seabird Defense Specialist. So I think that by virtue of what I do, that already requires some amount of intelligence.
Sorry, quick question. So do you think that only certain people can do your job, or do you think anyone can do your job?
Only certain people. You have to take the ASVAB before you go into the military. That's not really how much you know, but how well you can learn information. And I got a 94 on that. It's not an amount of how much you study, how much you know. You're not gonna really get better at learning. Does that make sense?
I strongly disagree with you don't get better at learning. The idea that you can get better at learning is a pretty big signifier of intelligence. I'm very much dyslexic. I have ADHD.
Pick a struggle, lady.
And I'm on the autism spectrum. Dyslexia means that there's a big gap in comprehension. So I was scoring 99th percentile in certain areas and like
I like the way she disagreed with him though. It was like very much to the straight point. I disagree with you. I like that. That's very refreshing.
third percentile in others. I'll never be able to learn another language. I took Spanish for 12 years and I can still basically only order a burrito.
So I have a question. Why did you go to Yale and why did you go to Harvard?
I don't know. Maybe they're the best fucking school in the country. Is that what you're looking for, lady?
My parents are immigrants from China, and I'm a first generation immigrant as well and college student as well. My family always really stressed the importance of formal education. For me, that was something that I really strived for.
I wasn't planning to go to college. That wasn't like a goal of mine. My parents were like, well, you should apply to at least one college. And I was like, I'll never get in here. And then I went to Yale.
Why don't you guys rank each other from 1 to 6, including yourself, and give reasons why you want to do what you're doing?
Why you are gonna... Okay, here we go. First impression. Look, chat. With these things, obviously, I'm sure there's gonna be like plot twist or whatever. Oh, the blonde woman is actually the smartest because it goes against traditional portrayal of blonde women, right? Because I don't think Jubilee would be like, yeah, Asian man smartest, blonde woman's dumbest. No one wants to watch that video, bro. But I still will go for first impression. Social media manager, dumb. Okay, dumb's a strong word. Least intelligent. The army guy, second least intelligent. Girl with the red pants, number 3. Jeans, number 4. Yale girl on the right, number 5. And Asian guy, number 1. There you go.
I gotta go 1.
No.
Oh yeah, 2.
What? The Asian guy from Harvard is... Oh, wait, no, she's doing it. 1, 2, never mind. Sorry. That makes sense. 1 is the smart. 1's smart. So that actually makes sense. But the girl in red pants, number 2? Hell no.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I know it's a little harsh, but first impression. He's in the army. He has a high school diploma. They're telling you to judge a book by its cover.
I would rank you as a 6, not meaning that you're not intelligent. I also think that I don't place a lot of value on the military.
Like, I get the stereotype, like the redneck soldier, grunt kind of deal. Like, I understand the stereotype. But man, she just said it. Like, maybe you would think it, but she just said it. Respect.
Period.
No, full stop.
I'd probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
See, okay, look, if I was that guy, you know what I would have done? I would have put the army guy 5, sorry, the marine guy 5, and then the social media manager 6, okay? At this point, they're both getting shit on. But at least switch it up a bit, you know? Put the other guy 6. They're both gonna be 5 and 6s.
I'm sorry.
I'm the villain this episode.
Does anyone think they're like at either end of the spectrum?
I'd say I'm 1, if nothing else, because I know what I'm about and I'm sure of that.
Holy, his confidence.
Wait, you guys have to rank everyone too. That is so unfair. No.
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's a very clear like top half and bottom half so far. Like the Asian guy, red pants, and the girl on the right has always been top 3. Yale girl. And the other 3 have been bottom half every single time.
I'm sorry. It's hard for me to look past the education part. Going to college, I think you learn a lot, if nothing else emotionally, but I still think you're smart.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, immigrant parents, first generation going to college.
That's not gonna raise his IQ. Having immigrant parents doesn't make your IQ higher, right? Like it gives you discipline and makes you better at like studying, have more pressure to succeed. But does having immigrant parents make you have naturally high IQ? No, you just study harder.
Humble, modest.
Humble? He gave himself number 2.
2, me, I don't know.
Oh wait, did he give himself number 2? 3.
PhD, cancer biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits.
Oh, no. No, you're terrible, lady. I don't care if you are the smartest one here. I hate you. The worst part isn't the bragging. It's the little dance she does.
Stuff like that. It's a biology scientist. I work in a biotech company. We make COVID-19 testing kits.
No. No. I'm sure all of that is true, but
Stuff like that. And then 6. It has nothing to do with your background. I don't think you really have the highest EQ out of all of us. Tyler, he ranked last for me personally.
I don't get why they say it has nothing to do with your background. It has everything to do with his background. He has a high school diploma and he's in the military. It has everything to do with his background. And that's okay, it's first impression. But don't be like, oh, it's not about what you are.
Because the way he carries himself, he was ranking intelligence based on his point of view and not taking in other people's point of views and compiling results. But really just came down to his body language, his demeanor, the way he carried himself, the way he acted towards the group.
I would put 1, 2.
This is how I know you're dumb. This is how I know you're dumb. You rated Red Pants Girl number 1.
3, 4, 5, and now 6. So the reason why I put you at number 1 is I think you have the highest, not only EQ score out of everybody, but the way you present yourself, as well as being a PhD student, I think is just like a huge thing. And I put myself 6 because I feel like I might be the weakest in terms of actual IQ score. Hopefully I can make it up there.
Oh God, oh, now I feel bad. He rated himself last. Keep your head high, King.
Everything else. So I did put myself as least intelligent. However, if it can't be me, I definitely think Tyler, unfortunately, his way of thinking is linear. And I think intelligence is almost like a sphere. It's a picture. And right now he's only coloring with one color than, with the rainbow.
That's the most fucked up thing anyone has said in this video yet. He's got one color in the crayon box. Like, also just using the word crayon, man. Because, like, when you think crayon, you think, like, a baby, a toddler. Another way to say it, like, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. But to go crayon, god damn.
Who got the most number 1s? Thank you. Move down.
Who got the most?
Sean A was
like
pretty
you.
up there too.
I feel like you were definitely 3, right?
Yeah, I mean between
You were
Harvard and
4.
Yale.
Yeah.
I think that I sort of expected to be ranked a little bit lower. At first glance and first interaction with me, it's hard to tell how intelligent I am. It's hard to tell how intelligent anybody is.
Is anyone upset with where they're standing?
I think it makes sense that I'm down here. Like the guy who graduated from high school and then joined the military, he probably wouldn't be like high up on there. If I was in their shoes, I definitely would have also ranked myself among the lowest.
I do
He's got that awareness. Like, he ain't taking it personally.
feel like there might be a prejudice acting in terms of ranking you.
Okay, I was.
Look, I do not blame any of these people for ranking them the way they are ranked. Because this is first impression. Like, it's stereotypes, it's prejudice, it's, preconceived notions. So, I think this is fine. I would switch Red Pants Lady down 1 or 2, but that's about it. Like, I would agree with this. They are a victim of society, as we all are.
But I agree with the ranking. I think you probably are the most intelligent out of all of us. I would feel weird placing you there and not acknowledging the dynamics in which we did so.
What? They just make them take an IQ test then and there? I bet they're doing the ones where you have to like pay to see the
Hearing that you
results.
take an IQ test was definitely hard to hear. Quantifying things for me in that realm is really hard because it gives you something really solid. Even if you don't buy into IQ tests, it still gives you a number at the end of the day, which is something you have to grapple with.
I literally thought when you said to open the computer, we're gonna look at social media, that I didn't think an IQ test would be part of it.
It was kind of expected. We're being ranked by intelligence, an IQ test. It's not that far out the realm of possibility.
So number 1 is Raymond. Number 2 would be Kaylee. Number 3 will be Tyler. and number 4 would be Shada. Number 5 is Sean, and number 6 is Maria.
No. Oh. Ah. Asian guy on top though. My God. Oh, she does not look happy. She does not look happy at all. she shook her head.
I think an IQ test tests something. I don't think it's intelligence. It's definitely testing something. IQ tests are now known to be flawed and like based on incorrect sample sizes. I have really severe dyslexia. There's 2 questions on that test that I automatically basically can't answer.
I'm sure if you studied for an IQ test, you would do a lot better. IQ tests are just one aspect or one way to measure intelligence. It's
What a
really
humble
spectrum
king. What a
of
humble king.
constitutes somebody as intelligent.
Before this, all I knew about IQ tests is that they existed, and the I stands for intelligence. I've never looked into IQ tests before. Coming here today, them saying the EQ, that was the first time I've ever heard that term in my life.
Coming back to intelligence, it's not just your IQ, it's your EQ, it's your common sense, it's street smarts. Sure, it is some type of metric similar to an SAT and ACT score is a metric for getting into college, but there's more to that person than that test.
I'm actually excited I wasn't last because I thought I was gonna be last, not gonna lie. I think an IQ test is a good indicator to see how people handle pressure, but I think that's easier to make sense in our heads that, oh, you're smart and you're not smart.
Definitely don't think it's the best metric. I've been exposed to tests like these probably more than most people here. That already gives me an unfair advantage.
This is my villain redemption arc and climbing up the ladder.
Well done. The most important thing in life, chat, is happiness, all right? Doesn't matter how smart or how dumb you are. If you're happy, you're the better off than most people on this earth, because most people on this earth aren't happy. Can we have everyone in chat type happy or not happy for how you feel about life? Ooh. There's a lot of not happy, which is reflecting bad on me because you guys are watching my stream, you know? What does that say about me, man? And I'm bringing up happiness is because when you ask streamers if they're happy, I would say the majority of them would say, no, they're not happy either, which might seem weird to you because it's like, oh, you guys play video games for a living, you guys make money from it. Happiness is relative, you know? So that's why I say if you are happy with life, then you're kind of winning.